Hi boys and girls. Today we're going to do lesson 3 of chapter 2, addition. And today we're just looking at addition patterns and what happens with them. I'm going to go right to example number 1. The bank book shows how much money was added to Bart's account each time he visited the bank. How much money did Bart have after each trip to the bank? Complete Bart's bank book. Okay, so this is how much money he starts with, $575. He adds $1 more, and that's how I took 5 plus $1 more, and I made that 6. So after his first trip, then he has $576. Well, on his second trip to the bank, he adds $100 more. So I take that 5 and in the hundreds and add one more, and now he has $676. On his third trip, he takes in $1,000. So he goes from $676 to putting a 1 in the thousands column. Now he has $1,676. And that's what this graph over here is showing us. So the bottom here talks us through it. It says the circled digits show which place value changed each time. So Bart has, and what does he have after his first trip? I kind of have to read the rest of the line, don't I? Well, now he has $576. And I got to put my dollar sign in there. After blank, after the second trip. So the second trip, he has $676. And finally, after his third trip, he has $1,676. So now it asks us the question at the bottom. This is kind of a little bit of mental math again for us. Bart added some money to the $1,676 he already had in his account. He now has $1,686. Complete the number sentence to show how much money he added. So if he goes, and if you can't see it going across the page, that's called vertically. That's called horizontally. If you can't see that going across the page, you can line them up like this, and that's called vertically. So what changed there is the number in the tens, and that number that he has now increased by 10, so he added $10. Okay, so going across the page, it's called horizontally. Up and down the page, that's called vertically. And sometimes you just have to line them up vertically. All right, let's try page 2. Patrick kept track of the miles his family traveled on a trip. Each time they stopped, he wrote down the miles from the odometer. An odometer is what keeps track of your miles in your car. Patrick noticed a pattern in the numbers he wrote. Describe the pattern. All right. Well, he starts with 9,674. Oh, and you tell us it goes up 100, so that 6 changes to 700. So now I have 9,774. Oh, it goes up to an 8 right there. It changes in the 8. So what did they do right here? They added 100. So if the final time that he stops, this pattern would be the same. My number then would be, well, the 4 stays the same. The 7 stays the same. That 8 would go up to a 9, and then the 9,000 would stay the same. I added 100 each time in the miles. So each time they stop, the numbers increase by 100 miles. Write the next number in the pattern above. So we did that. We added it there. So Patrick's family stopped every 100 miles. And there it is. Very good. All right, let's see what the bottom half has for us to do. It says write the number sentence in the place value chart. So we want to write 100 more than 3,728. So they give us our 3,728. We need 100 more. So it's going to change right here in the hundreds column, right? So I'm going to put 1 more than 7 is 8, and then I'm going to fill in the rest of my numbers. Kind of easy, right? All right, now make sure you always read the directions when you're doing these problems today. 1 more than 281. So 1 more would be just 1 over here. So 1 plus 1 would be 2. So this number is 1 more than that. Okay, complete the number sentence below. Okay, so they give it to us, and now we got to determine what they did. So first one was 6,325, and then it went up to 6,425, so they added 100. So on that one, we're identifying what they did. Okay. All right, so for today's lesson, you are going to see 3 things. You're going to see a page like this of practice, and let's do 1 or 2. We got time. 1 more than 972, so 1 more would make that a 3, right? So 973. Let's do number 11. 10 more than 6,910, so that would be 6,920. So you're just going to read what it's asking you to do and then add them. And if you need to do a problem over here in the outline, then you might need to do that or use some extra paper. So complete the number sentence. So to get from 974 to that number, 975, I got to add 1. Okay, and let's see. On this one, 1,038 to 1,138, I'm adding 10. So there's some free answers for you today on today's homework. Let's complete the pattern on the bottom. So I'm going to do, let's see, a challenging one here for you. Well, I want you to work on that. Let's try this one. 19. So I go 9,379, and then it goes up to 81, 82. Oh, well, the number in here has to be 9,380. So the pattern is just adding 1, right? Okay, give that a try. And then you will also see the homework page, very similar to what we just did on the lesson. And the back, very, very similar to what you do just on the practice. All right? Very good. I know you'll do great. All right, bye for now.